welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alyssa, and on this channel I create budgeting content, planning content, and I also have a part-time reselling business on places like eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, ThreadUp, Amazon, the list goes on and on. I really appreciate you watching this video today. We will be setting up July 2022, my personal budget for the month. So as always, we start by filling out the calendar. If you don't enjoy this part of the video, there will be timestamps below and you can just click to the next timestamp, which is setting up the actual budget. I personally like to outline when everything is happening this month, when bills are due, so then it's easy to kind of just flip back and forth when doing the budget and kind of know exactly when things are happening, because life in the summertime, as we all know, gets so crazy. And how I typically do the setting up the calendar is I take my bare bones budget worksheet, and this is actually the new one. This is the old one. So we do have some new changes on the bills that I thought we could talk about really quickly. In the past, I was paying about $1,100 for rent. Now that I have moved out, I have separated from my now ex-boyfriend, and I am a single lady. I have my own rent to pay. And so instead of paying basically the $14.85 that my rent is every month, all from the first paycheck of my month, I'm actually splitting it up in half. So you'll see that the paycheck I get from the 1st and the 15th, each one will have $743 taken out of it. And I basically put that in a little savings account that'll then use to pay the rent. That seems to be working a lot better in theory so far, because then I won't have the bulk of my paycheck basically going to rent, and then I can actually be able to pay for other things throughout the month. I've also just sort of outlined everything. I'm just deciding that I'm going to also be saving about $50 every paycheck for electricity. It's not typically above $200 because I pay every other month, but I want to make sure I have enough just in case that it is, especially in the summertime or the winter. It'll just be a nice little extra fund to be able to pay this for. My Alaska card and my Bank of America card have been fully paid off by the time of recording of this video, but I did use some of the paycheck from the first of the month to pay it off, so I just put 0 as of right now. And then of course for the second half of the month, so this is the first half, the second half, as you can see, most of the things stayed the same. I just rewrote everything. But as we talked about, rent, and then we have electricity as well, the same $50. Spotify comes out of the 15th. I have a new gym that I've joined. I've decided I'm no longer gonna stay with 24-hour because I don't like the location, I don't like the time of their classes, and I just really like LA Fitness better. I've gone about 3 times so far, and it has far surpassed my expectations, and I really do enjoy it. But I don't remember how much the total monthly bill amount is due, so when that happens this month, I'll write it in. Xfinity, because I don't know why it's less than it used to be in the old place, because I'm not like a new customer, but it is $49 versus $73. Hey, I'll take that. What is that, like a $24 savings if I could do the math correctly in my head, which $24 a month adds up, so I'll take it. And then my Discover card is at 0. Acorns is on a temporary pause right now until I really figure out where my excess money could potentially come from for Acorns. Therapy is $25 for each session. I typically have about 2 a month. And then my auto insurance is due in January and July. My renter's insurance is due in now May because I moved. Car tabs are due in July. Just like really big reminders that I need to save for and I have sinking funds for. And then the LA Fitness does have an annual fee similar to 24 hours. So basically I've paid 2 annual fees this month, or I mean this year, which kind of sucks, but I don't remember how much he told me it was. So that's TBD. Costco is $60 a year. Amazon Prime is $130 a year, and Thrive Market is $60 a year. So this is really how I plan out all of my budget on my calendar. This will obviously just be recycled. I don't need this paper anymore because I've gotten rid of a big chunk of things. I would say Fubo TV, I'm not paying for anymore. Hulu, I was using my ex-boyfriend's account. Even though I was paying for it, it was his account. So now I'm actually bumming off of my mom, so I don't have this $13 expense anymore every month, which is fine, and it just makes it work out. I might have to bring the Hulu expense back because my mom has the one that has ads, and I'm not sure if I really like having the ads, but right now I'm saving $14 a month, so it's fine, I'll survive. And I don't really watch that much TV to begin with. So writing in the expenses. So on the first we have rent and electric, and then I will write in when the credit cards are due just in case. So Bank of America and Alaska Airlines are actually all still within Bank of America, so that's why they're both due on the 5th. And then the 15th, we're also gonna write the rent and electric. So I know those are two things I basically have to save for each of these paychecks. It's like the main to do. And then the 16th we have Spotify. The 24th we have LA Fitness. I should go through and mark exactly what is like automatic. So Spotify, LA Fitness, and Xfinity are all auto payments, so I don't have to pay them. They just automatically come out of my account. And then we have Xfinity due, which is nice. If you have that ability, I would definitely set up auto payments so you don't forget to pay something and then get a late fee. I prefer to pay my credit cards off myself manually. I don't do the automatic payments because I like to control how much is going towards them. And then we've got the 28th, we've got the Discover card due. And then for these variable expenses, so I am not doing Acorns right now, so we're not going to write that. I used to have it every Thursday. Therapy, I do have every other week, and I believe I had it this day. So we're gonna have therapy here, and we will also have therapy here. So that'll be one paycheck will take a one, and then the other paycheck will take 25. My card tabs are due this month. I have a sinking fund, it's fully paid for. I just need to figure out when it's due, and then we can write it on here. I did not incorporate it into these 2 weeks budget because I don't believe that it is due the first 2 weeks. I think it's due this second half. And then my auto insurance, I also believe is due in the second half. I just don't remember when in July that it's due. I think that's everything from the bare bones budget in terms of what's happening this month. So I know on the 9th, there is a Sounders game that I will be going to. So Sounders games are a part of fun and entertainment for me, and I do calculate that into my budget. 4th of July, I do have the day off. And then I actually have a wedding to go to this day. I'm actually flying to their wedding on one of these days. I think I have an overnight and somebody will be house sitting for me. So I do have a wedding to go to, and I'll incorporate a gift into the second half of the month here, but I will just buy something off like their Amazon list that they have. They make it so easy. Other than that, I don't have a very chaotic month at all. I know there's a Sounders game here, but because I'm flying, I'll be out of town. So I'm just gonna write out of town. And then I know that these are the days where it's obviously like I can't really schedule anything. And yeah, so that's about it. I think for my month, it's really not that exciting of a month actually, which is nice because I have a lot of stuff to do. Just personally, chores, to-do lists, so I'm excited for that. Goals for the month: build up emergency fund. Any extra money that I have will go to the emergency fund because I really want to make sure I can get back to that 10K mark. Right now, I believe I'm now at about 6,500, so I've got about 3,500 to go. Let's just write that so I know. And that way it'll be a nice goal for this month. So yeah, let's get on to actually scheduling out the budget. So my paycheck was on 7/1/2022, and first we have to start with the income. So this is my paycheck, and it's also just my base pay. So my base pay is $16.51, but I did receive some commission as well, which I am honestly so thankful for because I really actually needed that extra income this month. So my commission check after taxes, because it's taxed at a much higher rate, and after they take out the 401k and all the wonky things that Washington State does or federally, I got $13.20. And then I didn't have any rollover this month, and I don't have any really other excess income coming in that I can think of. So my total income is $2,971 that we have to work with. So July is the last month I will be paying my ex for rent. So I've already saved, I think, half of it for the rent, and now I need to pay the rest of it. Why I didn't incorporate it onto my new bare bones budget worksheet is because this is something that I'm using every month. July is the last month I am paying him the rent, so that is due on the 1st, and the half that I've already saved, and then the other half is $513. So this is for the old rent, and then the new rent, which is where I live today, $743, and that's half. So I've already saved the other half, and then I'll just make the rent payment as well. And then we have electricity, where I'm saving that $50 every paycheck, so I make sure I have enough when the bill comes due. And then I like to put my variable expenses, or when they don't have a due date necessarily, down here. So Acorns, which we know is being paused, so we're just gonna write 0 for right now. And therapy happens when it happens, so I'm just gonna write $25 for that. So there's not too many fixed expenses in the first half of the month. So we've got $743 plus $513 plus $50 plus $25 equals $1,331. So subtracting that by 2,971 equals 1,640 left over for the variable expenses, sinking funds, extra debt, and extra savings. So I'm gonna write in my budget categories, which this is the worksheet I use. You can get it from her free resources on thebudgetmom.com. So I'm gonna write all these in, and then we'll assign a specific amount for each one. Okay, so for grocery this month, I have decided I need to go to Costco to get a couple of things. And as we all know, Costco can really add up. So I need to be intentional about what I get. But in the second half of June, I only spent about $60. So I plan to spend about $60 at Costco, plus, the $60 I would typically spend on groceries. So I am gonna put about $120 these couple of weeks towards groceries. And then I will eventually start a sinking fund for Costco. I just gotta figure out kind of like how I want to start incorporating that. But really what I get at Costco is the big thing of like chicken breasts, because you can put them in the freezer and they last a long time for me. And then I also need, I forget what else I need from Costco, but the chicken was really the biggest thing. And then there was one other thing I can't think of. And then eating out, I'm gonna do 100. I have like brunch plans, which I guess I didn't incorporate into my calendar here, but I do have brunch with some friends from out of town on that Saturday. So I want to make sure I have enough money for brunch, and then also my like once a week eating out treat to myself. Gas and car, I'm going to do $40. I don't drive that much, so I really only put in probably less than $40. And then investments is still going to be 0. We're not really worrying about investments right now. Fun and entertainment, because I have that Sounders game and it costs me about $10 each way to Lyft or Uber to the light rail. So that would be $20 plus food, eating out, drinks. I'm just going to say $75 to give myself that cushion room, but I'll be trying not to spend that much. Holiday is going to be 0. Self-care is gonna be 20. I like to leave myself a little bit of money just in case I want to get like a pedicure or a manicure. Let's be real, I definitely need that. Miscellaneous, I'm gonna do $50. There's a couple other things I need around like the apartment still, and I'd like to have the money to do that. Travel is gonna be $300. So for the wedding I'm going to, I'm splitting a hotel room with my best friend, and my half is gonna be about $300. So I need to make sure that she gets that money. She's been so patient in letting me sort of figure out my finances before I pay her, but it's all been booked already. And then pets is going to be $20 for some of my cat's food. So let's actually add all of that up. So 120, 100 plus 40 plus 75 plus 20 plus 50 plus 300 plus 20 equals $725. And then we subtract that by the $1,640 gives us $915 left over for sinking funds, debt, and extra savings. So let's actually start with debt, because obviously this is the most important thing that I need to pay off. We have Bank of America credit card, Alaska Airlines credit card, and my Discover credit card. My Discover is $0. My Bank of America is $0. And for the Alaska card, I did check and there's about $62 left I need to pay there. I have actually already paid that, so by the filming of this video, this has already been paid off, but I won't do the actual amount yet until I close out, just in case there's some extra things I need to pay off there. If we take $915 minus 62 means I have $853 left for sinking funds and extra savings. Now, I'm excited because I haven't saved for sinking funds in about a month. Yes, I did save for my car insurance last month, but I wasn't able to save for really anything else. So this month, I will be saving the rest of my car insurance that is due this month. So I'm going to be saving $165 for car insurance. And then I want to get back to saving for Christmas again and my MacBook. I've been saving for my MacBook for, wow, almost a year, and I had to pull money from that sinking fund when I moved and had to pay off debt. So for each of these, I'm gonna save $100. Thanksgiving, I don't know obviously what I'm doing for Thanksgiving this year. It seems so far away, but I do want to save $20 more for that. New Year's, I don't have any money in the New Year's anymore because I pulled it to pay off debt. So New Year's is gonna be restarting, so we'll put $20 in there. I'm gonna be saving for my friend Sarah's birthday. Her birthday's in November, so I'm gonna start saving $20 for that. And then travel for Christmas. I have a lot of airline points from the Alaska card that I would likely use to book this travel, but you do have to pay sometimes like the taxes and some fees, and then also, you know, for getting to the airport, like the Lyft or the Uber, and then also if there's any food I wanna get in the terminal while I'm there. So I'm gonna save $20 for that as well. So little things add up. If I did that every paycheck, you know, it'd be about $40 a month for each of these, and that really does add up over time. So car insurance, $165 plus $100 plus $100 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 80 equals $445. Subtracting that by 915 equals 470 left over. We bring this down here, and this was $62 or is $62. So 470 minus 62 equals 408, and what is left is going into my emergency fund, and I will transfer that right after this video, and then we should be left with $0. So this month, what I'm trying to do is over budget on some of these variable expenses so I can make sure I have the money for them and I don't have to put it on the debt. Like, this is the worst case scenario, like how much I will spend on these. And then whatever is left at the end of the month, say you didn't go over budget on any of these, I was under on all of them, whatever's left over will go to my emergency fund. A couple other things I want to start saving for, and maybe that will be in the middle of this month, is my student loans, because that is going to start being due in September, and then a house. I'm actually starting to get into the market. I have a pretty nice nest egg in terms of a stock portfolio built up that I can use for a down payment. So that'll be something that I'm going to start incorporating, is saving for a house, more or less just closing costs, any like moving expenses, because I just moved here and that cost me $600. So I will obviously need to pay people again to move me again. And then I will also have to break the lease on this place if I move out before the end of my lease. So that's all things that will have to obviously be paid for. So there's a lot of big expenses that I need to start incorporating in my budget. But I think for the first half of July, this will work just fine. I'll make sure I have everything that I need saved for, and then the beginning of the second half of this month, we will start saving for all of those other expenses and just kind of see like where I can really move money to and from. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was insightful. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you have any big financial goals coming up in the next couple of months. Would love to hear how you're saving for things. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Click that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up. It really, really does help out my YouTube channel, and I'm so thankful for everybody who does. So thanks so much for watching again, and I will see you in my next video real soon. Bye!